Time in YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of No EXs. Today, I am proud to announce I have FACECAM. If you look right there in the little corner, I have FACECAM. You can see me. Hi! Anyway, we are moving on to Typhlosion this week. Typhlosion is the Stage 2 Pokemon, 150 base HP Fire type, who is just a tank of a beast. This guy has surprisingly done a ton on the meta. Now, it's going to be with this first attack. Look at Massive Eruption. 1 fire energy. Just 1. The downside of it is you have to discard the top 5 cards of your deck. Oh my, I get to lose cards. But it's going to do 80 damage times the number of fire energies discarded this way. Okay. Take this into consideration. That's 3 energies, 1 EX. That is a knockout hit on a Wailord. I think Wailord has 240. Might be wrong. This is 250. Either way, 3 energies will knock out an EX Pokemon most of the time. So that is huge. Just consider that. It also has Flare Destruction, so if you don't want to waste the top 5 cards of your deck, you can cast. It'll cost you 2 fire energy, 1 colorless. It's going to do 130 damage, but you do have to discard an energy attached to Typhlosion. So that's the downside. Either way, you're getting rid of something to attack. Alright, moving on. We do have a 4 and 4 line of the Cyndaquil, Typhlosion, and 1 little Quilava just in case. Moving on to our trainers, we have 4 rare candy because they are essential. We need a rare candy at the start of every match pretty much, and it's the only way to evolve Cyndaquil quickly. So here we go. Rare candy, you're important. Ultra Ball, you're equally as important. If I don't get that Typhlosion turn 1 or 2, we're in serious trouble because we can't attack. We can't do anything. Cyndaquil, you're doing 10 damage. Typhlosion, yeah, a lot more damage. So it's very essential that we get that thing out and as fast as possible. VS Seeker is the most important item card in all of Pokemon TCG existence, as it lets you get your supporters back. And we need them. Guarantee you, we need our supporters. Now, we are running 2 Lysander because, let's be honest here, when you're going on a quick deck, the thing you want to make sure you can do is make sure your opponent can't set up. Well, what happens most of the time? They try and set up on the bench. Well, Lysander is going to take that Pokemon off the bench and put it in the active position so you can go conk and knock it out. And I'm sorry, that was the microphone. I apologize. Anyway, Birch is back, and he has 3 copies so that we can put our hand back into the deck and hopefully draw 7 or 4 cards, depending on the coin flip. Sometimes I actually want to draw 4 cards because I don't want to lose all the cards in my hand. Anyway, that is Birch. The surprise of this deck, though, is we are running 4 Skyla. Skyla is the most important supporter in this deck as it nets us the rare candy, the Ultra Ball. It just gets everything set up. It will even let us get a Lysander for the next turn if that's what she wants to do. She is just that important to the deck. Another great card in addition, in my opinion, is Scorched Earth. Scorched Earth is going to help you with the Stadium War because stadiums are everywhere right now. It'll let you discard a fire energy from your hand and you can draw 2 cards. So in an early game, when you don't really need the fire energy, let's be honest, you don't really need the fire energy at all. But you can draw 2 more cards. Hopefully they're not fire energies, but they're something that you need. Whether it be a supporter or an item, does not matter. Now here's the surprise that'll knock you guys off. The energy is sitting at 28. We almost have an entire, like half our deck is energy, so that when we Massive Erupt, we can deal as much damage as possible. Again, Typhlosion only needs 1 energy to do its maximum damage output. So we just want to make sure that it can hit that on a consistent basis. So, anyway, that is the deck. Brand spanking new for me. Very short. Typhlosion is a very quick deck to play. It's very cheap, very affordable. You only need Typhlosion and some trainers. Beautiful. But can it do the damage? Can it outlast all the other decks in the meta right now? Well, you guys are about to see how it runs on Pokemon TCG online. And game number 1 is against Meti459, playing a Psychic and Dark deck. Psychic and Dark. That could be Hydreigon, that could be... no. Psychic and Dark. Psychic and Dark. Why can't I think of a Psychic and Dark deck? I have no idea. I have no idea. And I want to adjust this real quick. There we go. That might have been loud for you guys, but I'm sorry. Come on, Medi, load this game. That is beautiful. There we go. And we are going to call this coin toss. We're going to get tails, hopefully tails. No, we lose. All right, Medi, what you going to do? He's going to go first. Beautiful. We have a Cyndaquil. Oh my god, this is gorgeous. Turn 1 and 2 should be amazing. Cyndaquil, into the active position, will ya? We do not need any more bench Pokemon. We have the only Pokemon we need. We're playing a Drowsy, so this is going to be Hypno Darkrai. Hypno Darkrai we're going to be playing against today, which is a really neat deck that came out of Breakpoint. I can't see it being the strongest thing, but hey, we're about to see if it can compete with an old breakthrough deck, Typhlosion. Here's a Muscle Band onto the Drowsy. You're not getting to attack, buddy. You went first. With that being said, the Focus Switch will do what? 70? No, not 70. What am I talking about? It's going to do 30, 50 damage. He needs 2 energies, though. So there's a Dark Energy, there's a Psychic Energy from the Professor's Letter. And are we about to see the energy drop? There it is! He cannot go for an attack though, which is very nice on our part. So, I will be Ultra Balling the Scorched Earth and the Ultra Ball away so that I can get a second Cyndaquil. This way, if for whatever reason he knocks out my first one, I have a second one in the back, and we will be able to go for an attack. So I do not need to really attack, but I'll go for a tackle anyway. 10 damage. It really is not going to change anything. Typhlosion will be able to evolve next turn, and Massive Eruption will guarantee 80 damage. So, well, not guarantee. I have to actually discard a Fire Energy, but come on, half the deck is fire. There's that second energy drop. Are we going to get a knockout right away? He's only going to do 30 damage. Sorry, buddy. Rare Candy onto the Cyndaquil. Typhlosion makes its appearance into the battle, and we're gonna attach a Fire Energy to the our other Cyndaquil. We go for a Massive Eruption. Do we get it? Oh, 320 damage. I think we killed him. Just a little bit. There's game number 1, just like that. That's how Typhlosion works, guys. Typhlosion is just that quick. Game, set, match. Game number 2, we're about to see if Typhlosion can do it one more time. Now, depending on how the speed goes, we'll go into game number 2 and 3. And well, if we lose next game, guaranteed, we'll go into game number 3. Because we gotta make sure it's a rubber. But, if we win, it'll depend on time if we go into game number 3. Anyways, just one moment, guys. We'll be right back. Alright, game number 2 is against Smith, who's playing a grass deck. I kind of feel bad for him, because grass does not like fire types. Not at all. So, what are we going to see here? We're going to see a loading screen. We're going to see nothing. Come on, Smith. You can do this. I believe in you. You can load in any time now, so we can get this game a-rolling. There he is, and he is very scary. He is like very ominous in that corner, and I'm actually kind of scared. We win this coin toss. We are going to go first. We're going to be guaranteed to get a Cyndaquil. Here we go. Well, I got Typhlosion this time, so no Pokemon. And he got nothing either. He has a Simisage, which is interesting. Simisage works a lot like Noctowl, but doesn't do the same amount of damage. It's cool though. There's a Cyndaquil, there's a Typhlosion, there's a Rare Candy. I'm gonna say this might just be a really quick episode, guys. So we have no Pokemon for the bench, which is fine. We don't need any more. There's a Chespin, there's a Combee, there's a Fire Energy on the Cyndaquil. I don't even need to Scorched Earth. I'll save that for next turn. That is all I need to do. Cyndaquil, just evolve next turn, take care of this chest bin, we'll be good to go. Cyrano lets him draw 3 cards. Not that he needs it, we're gonna win. Pin Missile. 1, 2, 3, 2, which is 20 damage. Alright, so there's the rare candy. Goes on to the Cyndaquil. For Typhlosion, look at this monster. Onto the field, turn 2. I think I'm gonna go for a Great Ball. Or not Great Ball, Ultra Ball. This way, I can get my good old... There's the victory, guys. Doesn't even need to worry. Massive Eruption just does all the damage for me. And it's how it goes. Game number 3. If it keeps going like this, guys, I'm just gonna keep on recording match after match, and you're just gonna see how fast Typhlosion really is. He is gorgeous. This deck is one of the fastest decks out there, and obviously after 2 games of what, maybe 6 minutes of the game time, you can see that already. Game number 3. Alright, game number 3 is against Max Jose. Max Jose. I'm sorry, I butchered another name, and it was probably an easy one. But you got a little bit of something coming out of your nose. It looks like this, but it goes up. He's playing a water deck, so this might actually put some pressure onto Typhlosion. Let's be honest, probably won't. Come on, Mexican Jose. There he goes. Actually, you've got a nice little hairdo, my friend. He has the Groudon coin. We are losing this coin toss, but is he going to go first? Yes, he is. Typhlosion's going to have a bit of trouble getting this first game going. We have no starters. Nothing at all. He's got the brand new Jirachi sleeves that came out with the special edition Mythical Pokemon collection, which I've showcased twice now on the channel. So, if you haven't seen them, you're missing out on some content that I definitely recommend you go watch. Anyway, we have no basic Pokemon. We're going to restart this hand. And we are going to get a Cyndaquil and a rare candy and everything we need. So this is actually going to be beautiful. Very good for us. We have no bench Pokemon. We don't need bench Pokemon. The only thing that benefits this is Cyndaquil will be able to attack, get a little bit of damage off, and who knows? You never know if there's going to be something else we need. Alright, Jose, let's see this. What are you playing? What are you playing, Mike? I'm a little bit anxious. Oh, flip the card already! I'm not really that impatient. I'm just trying to speed up a little bit of the process and talk while nothing's going on. I know that the game just kind of went under a bit of renovation, so it might have a bit of lag issues, but let's be honest here, it's been having lag issues ever since they did that last big patch. There he goes, he draws his card, he has a Shelder! A Shelder? Okay. You can do a maximum of 40 damage, probably. There's a fan club. He is looking for something, but what would he be looking for? Well, if it were me, I'd be looking for Remoraid. Depending on what he's playing, I'd be looking for Remoraid. There's a Froakie and an Articuno. So an Articuno is most likely going to get the energy drop, so he can get the energy to play Froakie. The great thing here is, I already have the rare candy to evolve Cyndaquil, with the fire energy to attach to Cyndaquil, which means my good old Skyla can go for a Lysander, which I can then take out the major threat, which will either be Articuno or Greninja, depending on what he wants to play. There's a Max Elixir, which will help him get an energy, possibly. There's the energy, onto the Articuno, just like I mentioned. There's 2 energies on Articuno. Hopefully he does not get the opportunity to switch. He might. There's a switch. Can't attack. But if he gets a double kill of this energy, my Cyndaquil is actually going to go down. So I might have to Ultra Ball, depending on what I get next. Alright, it's our turn. We are going to Ultra Ball away the Scorched Earth and the Birch. I can get the Birch back if I really need it, but Cyndaquil is kind of more important. We are going to go with the Cyndaquil onto the deck. We will attach I'm going to hold off attaching the fire energy, actually. I don't need to do it. And if for whatever reason he can get the good old freezing wind off on me next turn, I don't want to lose my only fire energy. Whereas right now, I'm looking pretty good to knock out this Articuno. I will need 2 energies to hit the discard, so that is a bit of a disappointment, but here's a dive ball. And the Frogadier did evolve, so he's got a Kyurem EX! I was not expecting that. Was not expecting that at all. We're gonna see said Kyurem hit the bench, and are we about to see that double colorless energy that I'm expecting? Battle Reporter, so he gets to draw 2 cards. There's a water energy, so he'll be going for a Find Ice. So I'll be able to keep my good old active Cyndaquil, hopefully for a little bit longer. There's 3 water energy now into his hand. That's a little scary. There's another Ultra Ball, so if push comes to shove, I can go for the Skylight, go for a Rare Candy. But we are just going to simply set up our Typhlosion. Massive Eruption, get 2, get 2, get 2. Yes! Knocked out the Articuno. That's one less Pokemon to worry about. There's our prize. And now he is put so far behind. He has all his Pokemon needing at least 2 drops. Me, I'm already set up. There's game number 3. We're going on to game number 4. This is insane with Typhlosion. I've never had 4 games in one episode, but you guys darn well deserved it. So, without any further ado, game number 4. And our final game of the day, regardless if it's a win or a loss, is against, I missed his name, it is Dustin Bustin. Now that's a nice name. Bit of a... It's not alliteration. But it's cool. Anyway, I have no Pokemon whatsoever. I have 5 fire energies. Which is expected. Kind of been lucky the last few matches, not gonna lie. But here goes our restart. And here comes the honor of the episode. No Pokemon whatsoever. We will restart this hand one more time. There we go, a Cyndaquil, double Cyndaquil, which is an alright lead, but it also means that I can't do anything. The rest of my hand isn't very good. I should have actually set up Cyndaquil. Anyway. We see a Xerneas and a Yveltal with a lot of Pokemon in the back. I will simply go for the energy drop, save the Ultra Ball for the next turn. If I can get a Rare Candy, I'll go for Typhlosion. If I can't, I have to go for Quilava, which is not good, and I'll have to set up the back one. Alright, we get a Birch, which isn't something I need. So I will Ultra Ball away the Birch and a Fire Energy for a Quilava, which means I can at least Ultra Ball for the next turn and get my Typhlosion out in that sense. Now, we are still okay in the energy department. I will pass this turn. Can't attack. But we might be okay. There's a Rainbow Energy. He takes 10 for a Birch. Means he had no good hand and he wanted that Rainbow Energy for something. He might be playing Rainbow Xerneas. There's a Florges EX. That's new. And a Max Elixir. Please don't have an energy. Please don't have an energy. He had an energy. Not what I wanted to see. So that good old Yveltal now has 2 energy on it for Oblivion Wing. And Darkness Blade is just that much closer to going off. With a reverse Stadium. So an up to the damage on Dark type Pokemon. Kinda hoping I can get a Lysander right now. So I can pull out that Yveltal and finish its days. Nope, I get a Birch, which is actually just as good. So I can go for the double fire discard. Get my Typhlosion. Took me a little bit this time, I'll admit. But we have him. He is here now. And I will go for a Birch. We'll get 7 cards. There's a Lysander. So no matter what, we are okay. We are actually okay. I will ditch that stadium of his. Again, Scorched Earth is amazing. Even if you don't use it, at least you have a way to counter stadiums. Massive Eruption. That is a knocked out Xerneas if I've ever seen one. We are going to grab the good old rare candy. And now I need to go for a Typhlosion. I have the rare candies, I just need another Typhlosion to set up, and we're okay. There's a 4th energy drop onto the Evital. He's going to go for that Darkness Blade. And he unfortunately cannot use it on the next turn, but I don't think it's going to matter. I can discard a rare candy and the Skyla. I don't need the Skyla just yet. I do need to get a Typhlosion going though, just in case my first one does go down. So now we can go for a rare candy on the opposite Cyndaquil, go for the Typhlosion. We will set up 1 energy to it, and we will go for the good old Massive Eruption. 320 damage. Our opponent has 1 card in hand and a Florges EX. And we just took him out with a Typhlosion. This is how powerful this guy is, and I'm not joking. Now he'll be able to knock out this one, I do believe. Does 20 damage times the number of grass or psychic or fairy Pokemon in play, so it'll do 40. Oh no, it won't knock me out either. Yes, it will. There it goes. Just enough to rub it in the wounds. But it's all right. Florges EX, I have no problem with. Let's go for a Scorched Earth onto the energy. Get a couple more cards. Not really necessary, as the Florges is the main attacker. I will go for a VS Seeker. Go for a Skyla, so I can get an Ultra Ball and discard some of the fire energies so I can get myself a Cyndaquil. There's the Ultra Ball. Go for the Ultra Ball, and there's 2 more fire energies out of the deck. Here's a Cyndaquil. Puts it up onto the bench. There goes the next. And here we go. Massive Eruption. Can we knock out? We don't, actually. It's a bit sad, but again, he did a maximum of 50 damage to our last Typhlosion, so I'm not really too worried. A Wally will evolve the Pancham, I think. There's a Pangoro, the brand new Pangoro from Breakpoint with Parting Shot, Buster Swing. Yeah, he's a mighty beast. We see a Dark Energy on the Sharpedo. The question is, what is he going to go for here? Now, again, naturally, I would have knocked out Florges, no problem, but he does have that Fighting Fury belt, which gave him the extra damage and the extra HP. I will again go for the good old Skyla with the VS Seeker. This time I will go for just the rare. This is a problem. This is a problem. I'm not grabbing anything, as I didn't realize how low my deck was. But we will go for that Massive Eruption, and as long as we can take out the Sharpedo on the following turn, we will be good to go. So we will grab 2 prizes here, a Fire Energy and another Typhlosion, which was kind of what we wanted anyway. As long as we can knock out Sharpedo on the following turn, we'll be alright. I might be a little bit out of hand here, but he does have the good old Rainbow... No, it's the good old Geomancy Xerneas, who is now going to go for a Geomancy, attaching a Fairy Energy to Sharpedo and 1 to Pangoro. But as long as he has the ability to draw, let's see if I can Birch. Put these cards back in. I'm kind of hoping for a... I should Lysander. I can win this if I knock him out. Alright. Let's go for a Massive Eruption. That's the game, guys! Game number 4. We pulled that off at the skin of our teeth. We had 1 card left in our deck, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little scared there, because I thought we were going to lose on game number 4. We've gone all these games so quick, almost to be taken out by a Dark Fairy deck. But we made it through. We got out of that by the skin of our teeth. Thank you, Dustin Bustin, for a fantastic game. And that was our final, guys. So again, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys thought of the deck, and let me know what you guys thought of the FACECAM, because that is brand new. It's going to be sticking around for a long time. I hope. As long as you guys like it. But until we see each other again in the next episode, time out.